Yes, as we all know, Van Halen, the debut album in 1978, was unbelievable. When this album came out, guitar playing would be changed forever. Your original members were Michael Anthony, David Lee Roth, Eddie Van Halen, and of course his brother Alex Van Halen. King Edward would go on to change the way guitar is played for the rest of guitar history. And yes, in 1986, things would change. Former solo artist Sammy Hagar would join Van Halen for at least 11 years. Every album they put out went to #1. Every album. Sammy's vocal range was, of course, extremely better than Dave's, but still, Van Halen had some great songs with the original lineup. Will Eddie and Sammy get back together? Is this the year for change? What will happen? Only time will tell. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday, February 25th. Another beautiful day in South Carolina. I can't believe this weather we're having. We're so lucky, man. Because usually this time of year, it's usually pretty sketchy. It's usually pretty bad. Today's vlog, I'm wanting to talk about, or want to touch on, what's up with Van Halen. And don't get me wrong, everybody that knows me knows that I love Van Halen, man. I love Van Halen. And this is not a knock against them whatsoever, but I wonder what's going on with Van Halen. We haven't heard anything, haven't heard any news. I think the last thing I saw that had to do with Eddie was something to do with, when he donated some guitars to a school to keep that going, which is really cool, which is really awesome. But we haven't heard anything. They're really known for keeping a tight lid on stuff, not letting nobody know anything of what's going on. So, are they doing anything? Is anything coming about? Is he making music? What's going on here? I would like to know. I'm sure the fans would like to know. Just give us a hint of something, So as you probably saw in the opening of this video, I did a little quick, like a minute and a half clip about Van Halen and stuff. And, I've always loved both eras of Van Halen, even though there's 3 eras. Nothing against Gary Sharon. He's a fantastic singer. Fantastic singer, man. I love Gary Sharon with Extreme. Phenomenal, but it just wasn't quite the right fit for Van Halen, I don't think. And of course, I think the majority of the fans agreed with that. So nothing against Gary. He's everything I've always read about him. He's a cool dude, man, and he really seems like a really laid-back kind of fella. But man, what are they going to do? We've already had 2 stints with Dave. With the past 2 tours that Van Halen has done. But like I said, I've liked those big eras of Van Halen, the classic Van Halen with Dave. I've always liked that. And I especially love the era with Sammy. I just love Sammy's singing. I love their songwriting, how everything was when Sammy got in the group. But, nowadays, Dave just doesn't hit the notes like he used to. And, I'm just saying that as a fan. I'm not saying nothing personal against Dave at all. Not at all. But people will pay to go see that classic lineup, even though Michael Anthony is not there. Now, that's another thing. Was it so bad that Mike was hanging out with Sammy and Eddie just axed him from the group? It's, wow. I don't know what's going on with that. I've never understood that. You would think that they could, meet in the middle and patch things up. I would hope so, at least for friendship's sake, at least. If anything else, at least be friends, man, and be civil. I would love to see that. I think it's cool that Eddie has his son Wolfie in the band. I think that's cool. I really do. I think it's cool. But, Sammy's taking care of Mike. They've always been really, really tight through the years, so I think that's really cool, man. But is anything going to happen this year? Can you imagine if Van Halen had Sammy back with Michael and had like a summer tour? I think that'd be phenomenal. Would it happen? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But something to think about. Man, this wind is kicking, boy. So, with that, I'll leave it up to y'all. Y'all leave some comments. Oh, by the way, I had an Ask Joe question from KD Striker, I believe. And KD, I believe his question was, how many guitars do I have? And what's my favorite strings to use? And if this wind is getting in this, I really apologize. KD wants to know, how many guitars do I have and what's my favorite brand of strings? Okay, KD, he said he didn't see a video on my channel of where I've showed some, my guitars, which there actually is, KD. If you go back, way back, there's a video or two of my guitars. Some of those guitars I don't have anymore because I've either sold them or traded them or whatever. But to answer your question, man, how many do I have? I think the last time I counted was 23. I think it's 23 guitars. And my favorite brand of electric guitar string would be T.J.W.P Gauge 9. I've used those for years, man. I love T.J.W.Ps. And I've always liked them because at the end of the string, at the ball of the string, they're color coded. So you can kind of know what goes, I know what goes where now, but it's really good, especially years ago, when I was like, man, which one is this, But anyway, T.J.W.P Gauge 9, I love those strings. And the EVH strings, I really do like those, I really do. The EVH guitar strings, they're really good, man. I've got a few packs of them, and I really like them. I really do. I think they're really good, well-made strings. I think they're excellent. So that's my favorite brand of strings, T.J.W.P and EVH. And 23 guitars last I counted, and that's pretty much the way it's going to stay for some time. So thank you, KD, for your question. I appreciate that. So that's going to wrap up this part of the vlog for this beautiful Saturday. What's up with Van Halen? I wish I knew. I think a lot of us wish we knew. So I'm going to leave you with this video coming up right here. I hope you enjoy it. Everybody have a great day. Be safe. And if it's beautiful where you are, if I can talk, get out and enjoy this day, man. It's too pretty not to. Okay, guys, be safe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Clean shirt, new shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, I don't need a reason why. They're gonna run just as fast as they can. Does every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man? Sharp